Hi, hello, 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 hi. Also, hi. Let's get music. Boom, boom. I said boom. I'm ready. I'm ready this time. Hello! Hi, Chib. How does do? How is... I was about to say how is Chew as in Tuesday, but it's Wednesday, isn't it? So that doesn't quite work. When is you? Hello, hi, hello. Ooh, both arrangements. Yeah, some spicy introductions. How you doing? You alright? Try and get the music balance right. Because I'm bad at that. It's fine. Never ye fret. Okay, cool. Ready. How you doing? Doing alright? It's what? Is it Wednesday? Well, hopefully, otherwise it's another 16 symbols, and I'm not prepared for that. So, when is you? Around 8 o'clock on a Wednesday evening is me. Cool. I'll keep that in mind. Hi, King Vader. As always. Chibi's here, thus King Vader must also arrive. I need to do more facts. I had a bunch of ideas and I forgot. We don't have a fact about this little light of mine, and I consider that, personally, offensive. So, yeah. How... Oh, I need to move cables so that they're not in the way of my mouse. That would be very annoying. More facts! You've done many things.
This little light of mine.
I wonder if I can ban that as a phrase in chat. But where would the fun be in that? So, yeah. Hi, and welcome to stream. I'm so glad Miss isn't here yet to murder you. You get in there quickly, it's fine. Yeah. Minesweeper. We're doing Minesweeper today. Or Swinemeeper. As I discovered when typing it out. I thought, oh, that's a fun spoonerism. So Minesweeper's a game. It exists on many computers. It was a lot of people's first PC game. Because back in the days when PC games could basically only do Minesweeper. Eventually they got up to doing, you know, Myst and things like that. It was great. It's a little puzzle game. And I played a lot of it in my spare time because it's a good wind-down game. But I thought what we could do today is we could have a bit of a chat about its problems. Because it's not a great game. All things considered. And I found out that there are people who actually stream it on Twitch. There are people who stream Minesweeper. So I thought, yeah, why not? Give it a go, and we can talk about how the game might be improved. You know, how you can get around some of the logical problems with it. That sometimes it just ends on a coin flip and all that sort of stuff. I thought we'd do something a little bit different. So, yeah, Minesweeper. A bit of a problem, though, is that my computer doesn't actually have Minesweeper on it. Because apparently they stopped just including that with Windows. So we're going to make it first. Shouldn't take too long. It's a pretty simple game. And then, after we've talked about how we can improve it, we're going to improve it. So, yeah, here's Unity. Let's see how long it takes me to make Minesweeper. I made some assets just before we started. Made some little sprites. There's usually a thing here. Yeah, look at that. Some little numbers. What I did make. A flag, a mine, which I almost forgot to make. Made that just before the stream started. Yeah, and I'll just assemble the game quickly. So yeah, let's do. Well, let's start in Unity. Let's make a tile or something. Yeah, no plan really. Just give it a go. Why not? Yeah. So this is basically going to be a chat stream while I do stupid stuff. Let's make a thing. Let's make. We can do it with an empty, I guess. Do that in canvas. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. I said 1, thank you. Our plan, just sweeping mines. Just mining sweepers, just meeping swines. Yeah, so we have this. This is a game object. This is going to be our tile. We're going to have a lot of tiles, and we're going to do stuff with them. To the tile, let us add an image. An image. This is going to be the tile top. Duplicate. This is going to be the tile bottom. Which one is which? Just a quick check. Okay, so it should be the other way around. Obviously, the one on top over here is the one on the bottom over here. That makes perfect logical sense. Thank you, Unity. So the bottom's just going to have a default sprite of that, and the top's going to have a default sprite of that. There we go. Done! No problem. Let's also add... I guess that's all we need. We should have... add component. Let's have an event trigger, so that when we click it, something happens. A new event type, point to click. And this is going to go to... the game controller, and I'll write a function to do something soon. Well, I'll do it now before I forget. Public function, click tile. We should probably have... Actually, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep that, but not yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a tile script, which is going to hold a bunch of... Why did you open? Go away. By the way, I'm using the Windows... What's it called? Microsoft Visual Studio to code. Just because I haven't yet been bothered to find anything better. I have no... There's no love for it for me. It's... also, I've added this to the wrong thing. No, I should... Yeah, sure, let's add it to that. Why not? It did crash just before the stream, so if you don't like it, I understand. Oh, you opened because you automatically opened that. Okay, don't know why you opened that. Also, I hate your default formatting. Ah, it's annoying. So what have you been up to today, Chip? You been having a good time? We don't need any of those. Okay, so what do we want? We want public void, click tile, and then we're gonna go. Let's set up. This is going to be the thing that holds all of the stuff. I made the text big so you can read it. Public static game controller GC, and on startup we're going to go if GC is null, then we'll set GC to be this, else destroy game object. We only want one game controller. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's just redundancy measures, I guess. What have you been up to today? That's a perfectly acceptable thing to be up to. Okay, so this means that I can access this thing globally. So I can do gamecontroller.gc, and now I can do click tile from here. And it's going to be this. This is the tile I'm going to click. And this is going to take as an input a tile, T. And once I've done that, I will debug.log. I clicked the tile. Woohoo! Haven't been up to anything pretty much. Marvellous. It's nice to have a relaxy day. What have I been up to? Drawing October stuff. Sorting out some bits and bobs. Not as much as I'd like. It's been one of those days where I draw a line and then I want to do nothing for half an hour. A very low energy. Yeah, so, do we need an update? Yeah, we'll leave it there, why not? Bring it down. Cool, that's nice. So, if that's, I've just opened up the music, didn't mean to do that. Mood, yeah, happens. Okay, so now we're going to... No, we don't want the game controller, we want the tile. Also, we should probably put the tile script on the tile, not the image. Yeah, that's cool. And we're going to do... Yeah, tile, click tile. Cool. So hopefully, if I run this, I should click it, and then there's going to be a thing that goes, hey, click... Why is there a background? I don't want a background. Nothing happened. Yay! Why is that? Nothing happened. I've broken it already. Welcome to programming. Okay, well. Are we like properly... Oh, no, I don't have an event... Oh, no, I have an event system. That's working. Canvas is I should have set something up ahead of time so that this wasn't, you know, terrible. Also, while I'm here, main camera. I don't want a skybox. Give me a solid. Give me a nice red. Yeah, that's nice. So why aren't you working? That's a problem, isn't it? Debug, not log. This should be working. I can spell. This was just a test to see if it would... just to go, look, see, it's very simple stuff. And it's not, because it's broken. I'll put it on the bottom. I'm an idiot. Put the trigger on the top, please. Thank you. There we go. See, got stuff going now. Brilliant. Oh dear, right. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to make a game. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a public game object, tile prefab. We're going to have tile prefab array, which is going to be called the map. Tile prefab, what am I doing? Tiles. Yep. We're going to have an integer. Oh, let's make it a public integer, which is going to be map width. Set it default to 20. Public integer map height. It's going to be 20. 20 by 20 seems a perfectly acceptable little game. We can change that later. And the first thing I'm going to do when I make this is I'm going to set up a game. Now we've got to set up a game, right? So what we do is tile prefab is going to be not tile prefab. Map is going to be a new array of tiles, which is map. I can never remember how these things work. We'll do it the matrix notation. So we want map height first. And then for loop over some integers. Map height plus map of I is equal to a new tile of map width. Wonderful. And then for J0, J is the map height, width, sorry. Plus, what we're gonna have, we're gonna make a new tile. Tile T equals instantiate. We're gonna make a new version of the tile prefab that we have. In, I don't know, it's let's keep track of public canvas. That's nice. Canvas transform, stick it in there, and then from that we'll get the tile component from. And map ij is equal to t. And t, what's the tile width? Public. Oh, it doesn't have to be public, does it? How big is a tile? Donuts! That's one of my plans for making Minesweeper better. Hi, Christy. We're gonna make Minesweeper, and then we're gonna make it better. Okay, how big is this thing? It's 100 by 100. Okay. So, constant integer is 100, which is, I should give it a name, which is tile dim, because they're square, so it doesn't matter about width and height. P.local local position equals new vector 3, which is tile dim times I and j. Automatically put z to 0. Then make you win. I can add a win button. Why not? Okay. Is that right? Might have to be minus J actually. Because Unity. Right. We've got some things to define in Unity. I have to keep jumping backwards and forwards between things. Let's make a prefab folder. So I keep track. I think this is the only prefab, but it's just what I like doing. That's a tile. Great. Goodbye. Now the game controller needs to know what the canvas is, and he needs to know what the tile prefab is. And if I click play, hopefully we should get a grid of 20 of these things. Hey, look at that. They're going off the screen, but they're there. Fantastic. So now what I want to do is I want to make, in the canvas, I want to make something to hold all of this stuff. So this is going to be the tile holder. Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so now we're going to go here, public game object, tile holder, and now we're going to put these in the tile holder, because that's what holds the tiles, you know? And then what we're going to do is we're going to reposition it and rescale it. So everything's going to be at 0, 0. We're going to want... We want it to be relatively centered. I could do that here if I wanted to, but I have plans. What am I going to want? So I think its default's 1280 by 720. So if we just try and make sure the height's fine, we should be okay. So if we make 7, let's say 7. So if it's 7, it will be 100%. 7 tiles would be 100%. 100 divided by 7, I guess. So t dots tile holder dot set. Oh, sorry, local transform. Dot local scale. What's that? That's a vector 3 equals new. Well, it equals 1 divided by 1f divided by map height times vector 3.1. And then I guess we've got to work out the position. We're playing playing programming. We're playing Minesweeper. I have to make it first though, so shouldn't take too long. How you doing? Hi, Duck. So now I have to reposition it. Ah, that's easier said than done. Well, let's see if this is the right scale. I mean, it won't be, will it? Okay, so if this is the scale, right? Float scale is that. Then tile holder dot transform dot local position should be equal to a new vector 3. The x position should be minus half minus scale times map width divided by 2, and then minus scale times map height divided by 2. We can take this around the outside, and I think that should be plus. And also we need to multiply this by tile dim. Why are we making it? Did Minesweeper unmake itself when I wasn't looking? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about ways that it could be better. And then we're going to make them. Because I played a lot of Minesweeper at one point. Oh, good. Oh yeah, I need to tell the thing that that's the thing. I played a lot of Minesweeper and it annoyed me. That's a bit smaller than I was expecting. But it's centered, so that's nice. Right. Well, let's work out manually what this scale should be. Am I off by a factor of 10, maybe? Oops. Not really. Oh, Kiro is a perfectly acceptable word. Stop it, Automod. Hey, Kiro, how you doing? We're making Minesweeper, and then we're gonna play it. And then we're gonna hopefully make it better. So, however, I need to work out some annoying thing. Okay, let's do this properly. So if this is the scale, whatever it is, the height of a thing, the height of an individual tile would be that times the tile dimension. So this all seems fine. I just need to get the scale right. So I want the scale 700. Oh, there wasn't. Hang on, wasn't I? I was dividing this by 7, wasn't I? Multiplying it by 7. Yeah, because then if it's 7, it should be, yeah, 1. Kiro Automod again. I know, Automod. It's out to get Kiro. Also, hi, Ragnar. It was that time. It was Kiro with a question mark. That looks a bit better. I don't know why the position's slightly off. Hang on, let me just check something. Game controller. The 4x4. There you go. This is a simple game. Interesting. But it's doing the. Why is the... No, I don't know. Yeah, map width, map height. That should be fine, right? Also, let's make it slightly smaller so that I can fit other things on the screen. Let's do this, see if it makes it nicer. I should be getting the game working rather than doing this. But... You added Kiro as a permitted term. Yeah, but not Kiro with a question mark. Okay, that's not... Minus a half? You're weird. There. I keep clicking the wrong thing. Anyway, we haven't even started the game yet. So. Good enough. I give up. Why? I don't know. If it's good enough for you, why doesn't that work? We need to get the game working. Okay. So now we've done this, roughly. Let's do the time warp again. So... It's going to be off-center. Don't worry about it. We just want this to work. So what we want is we're going to have Boolean array, which is going to be mines, and also a list of vector2 ints mine coordinates just for the sake of convenience. Yeah, that'll do. And now let's randomly make some mines. Let's say we're gonna have mine density is gonna be, this should be a float. So what proportion of the squares are gonna have mines in them. Let's say 0.3. I don't know what's good. 30%? You tapped question mark instead of exclamation mark by accident, so you'll be. It's not you'll be at all, it's bloody automod. Right, so let's add mines. So int total equals mine map width multiplied by map height multiplied by density, and then for int I0 I less than total plus we're going to make mines. How am I going to do this? So int quads. Why is this? Oh yeah, you want this to be an integer. How you doing, Fallout? Marvelous. You vector to integer, which is going to be random dot range between 0 and the map height, and random dot range. Stop automatically turning it into the one that's deprecated. 0 and the map width. While. Oh yeah, we're getting a while loop in here already. While. Oh, hang on, we need to set up the mines. New bool of map height. You can't just do this, can you? No, you can't. That's annoying. There's the map height. Plus. Actually, we can do this up here, can't we? Just to save a bit of space. And then mines is a new bool map width. Oops. There we go. So I don't have to do that down there. While mines chords dot x. That's slightly confusing actually, because that's the y coordinate. Chords dot y, which is the x coordinate. While that's true, i.e. while there's already a mine there, pick a new location. Keep randomly generating it until you get until you get a space where there isn't already a mine. That's what I want. And then mines chords dot x chords dot y equal to true. We have placed a mine. Furthermore, we want mine coordinates to be list of vector2s, and then we're going to add mine coordinates. We're going to add the coordinates we just made. Okay. Set up tiles. Have this be its own thing, because I don't know when I'm going to want to do this in the process, so I might as well make it its own. What's it? So, or I should say refresh, because I might need to change them later. Your internet's crap, so you're going to miss stuff and chat way late. I mean, I'm just programming. It's not particularly interesting, but hopefully you can still chat. Okay, so refreshing tiles, what are we going to do? For... okay, let's do some things. We're going to give you a public integer, which is going to be mine neighbors, and we're going to have a public boolean, which is just has mine. Do you has mine? So I guess what we also want to do is tiles. Oh, where's map? Put a map. Yes, map chords.x chords.y dot has mine is true. So, for integer I is 0, I is less than map width, I plus plus. Nope, sorry, map height. Integer j is 0, j is less than the map width. If anything's not, if you want to know what's going on and I'm not explaining it well, tell me and I'll try and explain it. You spent so much time building in that game, you think most of your Fallout 4 time was just building and finding materials for the building. Will you be mine? So... Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Integer. This is gonna be severity map. Severity. Let's call it a severity, which is a new integer array, which is map height high, and the width will go along the way. T equals new. Oh, severity I. Sorry, is a new array, which is map width. This is every row. They have sound. Hi. Oh, maybe not. This is getting complicated already. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to list coordinates. List of vector 2 ints. Get neighbors for a vector 2. Or, well, given what we're trying to do here, let's just do it with 2 integers. I and j. So I want to look at all, for every mine, I want to look at all of the squares around it and tell it, hey look, there's a mine next to you. Neighbors. Okay. If I isn't 0, if there's a much cleaner way of doing this than the way I'm doing it right now. If j is non-zero, then neighbors dot add new vector 2 integer of I minus 1 and j minus 1. We can then add I minus 1 and j, and then we can add I minus 1 j plus 1 if j is not equal to the map height minus 1. So there are no neighbors on the boundaries. If you're at the top of the map, there are no tiles above you. If you're at the bottom, there are no tiles below you. And similarly, we're going to have to do that with the other one. So there's no change for I here, so that's fine. So j is non-zero. We can do this with just I. Again, there's a much nicer way of doing this, but I can't be bothered. I've got to do this quite quickly. And if I is not equal to the map width minus 1, then we can do all of this with plus 1 instead, because we don't want to go too far off the right. And return neighbors. Right. If something, if what? Oh no, hang on, we can't do this. We need to do this in a separate loop because it's annoying. Fix that there for a sec. Oh, you didn't like that, did you? Whoops, don't mind me, I'm just ruining everything. Music's exciting though, that's nice. So, if we have a mine, if mines ij is true, we have a mine here, Then we want to warn all of the things around it. List for each vector 2 int v in get neighbors of ij. We want to access the severity at v.x and v.y, and we're gonna tell it, hey, there's one more mine near you. And once we've done that, we're gonna go through this all again. Lots of for loops. Don't worry about it. Yep, for each one of these, and then we're going to refresh the tile. So I'm going to set mine and public set mine bool has mine. Actually, that's already a function, so that's fine. Public. Oh, and it has to be a void. Public void set number int. This is the severity for. Severity. To this end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have public sprite, public image. Oh, hang on, I need to do using Unity's UI system because this is a UI component. So I want to deal with images and all that sort of stuff. Public image, tile sprite, top sprite, top image, I guess, just top. And public image, clickety clack. Hope you like the clickety clacker keyboards. You're going to be hearing a lot of that. I like the clickety clacker keyboards. Public sprite, which is tile top. Public sprite, which is tile flag. And then a public list of sprites, which is going to be the numbers. And public sprite, which is going to be mine. Clickety clickety click click click. It's fine. So set mine. If underscore has mine. Well, first of all, has mine equals underscore has mine. So we have mine. If has mine, then bottom dot sprite is going to be equal to mine. Else bottom dot sprite is going to be equal to let's say numbers severity. It's probably going to be 0 by default. And set severity is going to be this. So severity is equal to underscore severity, and do that. Just for the sake of avoiding the thing complaining at me. Numbers dot length. Just so it doesn't access anything too big. Cool. If mines ij, if we have a mine in the ij coordinate, soon things will happen. Don't worry. If we have a mine in the ij coordinate, then map ij dot sets set mine to true. You have a mine. Else map ij dot set severity. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that all up in Unity, and hopefully we should see a map with numbers and mines on it. Okay, so I need to go into the tile prefab. Thankfully for us, it doesn't bother showing it. It doesn't matter. So this is the bottom image. This is the top image. We need the sprites. Am I gonna have to do this all manually? Let's lock this just for the sake of convenience. These go to the numbers, so they should all be in order. Lovely. This is the mine sprite. This is the flag sprite. This is the top sprite. Okay, and I'm going to turn the top image off for a second. Right. Cool. Let's go to game controller. Let's make this 20 by 20, and let's see the bugs. Errors. Give me errors. Yay. Well, it's just nothing. Nothing happened. Oh no, there's a bunch of tile. No, I didn't turn the tile off, did I? I turned the tile top off. Yeah, no, that's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be the tile. Oh, it's because I had it locked. I'm an idiot. Turn the tile top off. Well, it didn't come up with an error, so that's nice. Hey, that looks alright. The assets aren't great, but that looks like a map that you've done. Alright. All the numbers seem to line up nicely. I'm pretty pleased with that. No errors. Ah, I'm chuffed. Okay, now we need to make a game you can play. So. And this is just randomly made each time. That's not bad for 45 minutes. I think probably the density needs to be a little bit lower. But we can change that on the fly. So, let's make it a bit wider as well. Let's make it wider than it is tall. That didn't work well, did it? Okay, we have errors. Maybe. J. Oh, I got it read the wrong way. Yeah, it's the other way around. So this is map width. Hang on. Map width. And this is map height. Boom. That should solve the problem. Not the errors. Yeah, it's debugging. It happens. If you don't get errors, something's probably also wrong, but it's just not telling you. That's better. No, it is doing it the wrong way around, isn't it? That's height. That's fine, we can just rename them. We can just rename them for the fun. Rename. This is now the map... Horiz. No, this is now the map vert. And this is now map Horiz. It's fine. There we go. And map Horiz, make a map Horiz 30. Now it should be horizontal. I mean, it doesn't, it's not great. But, oh yeah, that's because of things. Actually, hang on, let's undo that. Purely in placement, right? Purely in visual placement. So, I've gotten these the wrong way? Oh, hang on, where am I adding them? Here. Yeah, it's... Oh, I'm an idiot. Minus J and I. That's... J is the height. Oh, I'm a pillock. Don't mind me. I'm a pillock. So now it should work, yeah? It's not quite what I was expecting. How did you work that one out, eh? Oh, it's because, yeah. There. I got the minus in the right place, but not the I or the J. Just wasn't expecting that. That just made me laugh. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Right. Probably also smaller. Let's make this 0.2. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set up the whole clicking thing. So we click on a tile. We're going to add a new boolean. Bool is revealed, which is false by default. Public void reveal. And this is all this is going to do is it's going to go is revealed to be true and top dot enabled is false. Take the top off. So what we're going to do when I click a tile is going to do that. So we're going to go t if t dot is revealed, then there's nothing to do. Otherwise, t dot reveal. Like that. So that should be simple enough. There are no consequences to this. Christy, I've created the game for you that you can win because I have not set up a lose condition yet. So let's get this tile prefab off top, turn it back on. There we are. Then we can just click things to our heart's content. It's ours and mine. Oh no, it's fine though. We haven't lost. Don't worry about it. Everything's grand. Cool. So, that's that. Now, what we want is we want to add a lose condition. If t dot has mine, end game. True. Else t dot reveal. Void end game. Boo has lost. For entire 0. Well, for each tile t in map. T dot reveal. Can we not do that? Oh, fine. For each row in the map. If you're gonna be picky about it, computer. For each tile T in R. Reveal. Now calm down. Okay, so now, if I click on a mine, the whole thing should reveal, and boom, I lose the game. There's 2. Oh, no, I lost. There we go. So, that works. What else do we want? We want... I don't know. What do we want? What do we want? Is that it? Have we made the game? I think we've made the game. Is there something I'm missing? Well, we don't have the ability to have flags yet. But generally speaking, the ability to reset would be nice, but it's not essential. 2, 2, 1. Not that way. Yeah. So there's a couple of quality of life things that the game has that would be nice to have. Like, you know, the first thing you click happens to be a space with no mines near it at all. We could implement that relatively easily, I guess. We'd have to delay the creation of, or the laying of the mines till later. We could do that. So let's have lay mines as a separate thing to set up game. Void lay mines. So we're making all the tiles. This is Yeah, that's making all the tiles. This is setting up the thing. Add mines, here we are. So at the moment we're just laying mines here, but I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to have its input vector 2 int. A tile should keep its coordinates, right? Yeah, let's have that. Public vector 2 int coords. And we'll do that when we set up the tiles here. T dot chords equals new vector 2 int with I and J in it. Right, cool. Chords. Okay, so let me just contains vector, because I know these things can be a bit annoying about this. So give me a list of vector 2 ints. This is a list, and vector 2 int b for each vector 2 int w in list. If w.x is equal to v.x and w.y is equal to v.y. I'm just checking to see whether or not a vector's already in a list. We're going to need this. Return true. Otherwise, return false. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have list int to avoid. So we don't want to lay any mines near where we clicked first. To avoid is equal to get neighbors of chords dot x chords dot y, and then we add chords as well. Don't want it to be where we clicked. We don't want to click on a mine first thing. What? Oh, okay, we can't do that. To avoid, do that. Wait, what's wrong with this? Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. That's what's wrong with it. Marvelous. Okay, so now, rename this to be, see. So now we want to do, while we want to keep re-randomizing where we're putting mines, all the time there's a mine there, or to avoid contains our coordinates. Okay? That seems fair enough. Okay, so now what we want to do is when we click on a tile, let's have a simple Boolean. Mines laid? Is that how you spell laid? I can never remember. Mines put down. And it's going to be false by default. Once we've laid the mines put down is true. That's great. So when we click on a tile, first thing we do, if mines put down, we do all the normal stuff. That means that the game's already started and everything's fine. Otherwise, we need to set the game up. Lay mines to avoid t.coords. Okay. It's going quite speedy. So yeah, what's everyone doing for the rest of the week? So if I click here, hopefully this should be a 0. Nothing happened. Ah, there we are. There we go. It's a 0. That's what I want. I guess now we want to implement the idea of revealing all zeros around this thing. Oh no, hang on. That's why nothing happened. I've just remembered why nothing happened. It needs to also reveal it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a separate function for reveal tile t. Okay. So at the moment, all we need to do is t.reveal. But what I want to do is if t dot severity is equal to 0, what do I want to do? Yeah, I just want to get all the neighbors. List for each vector 2 int v in get neighbors of t. Sorry, get neighbors of t dot coords dot x, t dot coords dot y. I could add an overflow thing. It's fine. Reveal tile. Well, hang on. If t dot revealed is revealed, return. We don't then want this looping back on itself. Reveal the tile. Reveal all its neighbors. Yeah. If it's 0, reveal all the neighbors. So yeah, reveal tile at v dot x, v dot y. Oh, map of those. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll find out, see if that works. Fingers crossed. This might crash. Oh, look at that. That seemed to work. Oh, I'm pretty pleased with that. So I know that's a bad one, so that's a good one. So that's bad. Doesn't really tell me anything else. That's bad, that's fine. That's bad. That's bad. Hang on. That's bad, and that's bad. So these three must be fine. Which means that's bad, that's fine. Rid of all these. I know how to play Minesweeper. Only one of those, so that's bad, but those two are bad, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so now we need to implement the flag. We're almost done. Almost done setting up the original game. Now we can start messing around with stupid stuff. So let's do flags. So click tile, if it's revealed, return. Okay. If bool left click automatically true, we're just going to assume it's left click. If left click, then we're going to do that. Do all this stuff. Clean this up a little bit. Apologies if this offends your programming tastes. Otherwise, it's right click. You're gonna try and watch the VOD when your internet is maybe not being a little baby. I can see my bots telling me that you're disconnecting quite a lot, so I apologise that your internet is bad. A lot of people's internet is bad at the moment. Yeah. Otherwise, let's do toggle flag. So public void toggle flag. I would normally be a lot more. We don't need a boolean for that. I would normally be a lot more careful about where I'm putting functions and try and keep things organized, but I'm not going to look at this after today. The sound working and then not working every 3 seconds, getting on your nerves. Oh, that's a shame. It's not on my end, is it? Can everyone else hear me fine? I mean, it's been an hour. Someone else probably would have pointed it out, but you never know. They could just go, oh, he's programming, let's leave him to his own devices. Literally. Hang on. Right, sorry. So I sort something out. Toggle flag. Cool. Let's have a bool. A public bool is flagged. False by default. False. I guess we should set up a win condition, right? We've got a lose condition. We don't have a win condition. So let's toggle the flag, which is just going to flag. What did I just call it? Is flagged. Is the opposite of is flagged. And if is top.sprite is equal to is flagged flag tile flag or tile top. Cool. So if we're going to right click, then t.toggle flag. If we're gonna left click it, if the flag is up, t.is flagged, return. If you're clicking a space with a flag on it already, doesn't matter. Okay. Well, the music's certainly excited for me. Right, so if I do, I need to actually tell it when I'm right clicking. That would help. Here we are. Click title. This and then input.get mouse button up, I guess. One. Oh, 0, sorry. Because that's wanting to know if it's left clicking. Wait a second. Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's try it. Yeah, see that? Why is there a... Why do I even have a sun? Go away. Directional light. I don't need a directional light. Leave. Right. Okay, we have a flag. If I click the flag, nothing happens. If I click the flag again and then click it, we lose. Fantastic. Okay, flags are working. Ooh, lovely. So now I can just start playing Minesweeper. Some stuff there. Let's be that. Is anyone interested in this? Has everyone left yet? That's fine. That means they're fine, which means these are fine. 2, 3. It all seems to be working well. I want to get to a point where I can demonstrate the problem I have with this game. Because it has problems. Oh, we should put a tally of how many mines to flags we have, so that we've got a rough idea of how many left there are. There's always new features to explore. Yeah, bit out of practice, quite slow. Okay. Here's the problem. I can demonstrate. Here we are. We have a 3 here and a 3 here. And the only squares that those 3 could represent are these 2 flags up here, which are connected to this, and then these 2 flags down here, which are connected to this. Which means that there's one left for each of them, and all we have next to them are these 2 squares. So we know that one of these is a mine, and one of them isn't. And that is all the information we have about them at the moment. It might turn out that some of the information up here would give us, more, but at the moment, that's all we have. And you can get to a point where that's all you've got to go on. And it's very annoying when that happens. Because this is to all intents and purposes a logic game, and to have a thing where it's like, hey, you have to just guess 50-50. Good luck. It's kind of annoying. And I want to work out ways of getting around that. Work out ways of implementing in the game something so that either that never crops up, or, there's a system where you can speculatively say it's one of these 2, and then the game will check to see whether or not there's any way of you working it out, and if there isn't, it'll let you off. Yeah. Every now and then my brain freezes up. It's fine. I'm pretty pleased. We did this in an hour. It's pretty good going. Oh, this is another annoying one. One of these 2 is a thing. One of these 2 is a thing. And one of these 2 is a thing. So unless we can work out a way of digging back up, that's going to be basically another 50-50. One of these 2, so that one's fine. Oh, good. Okay, we might be lucky. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's okay. We got lucky. It's good. Used to ignore the flags when you played Minesweeper, not exactly sure why. You think it was to see if you could remember not to click wherever a mine was, or just wanted to give yourself an extra challenge. That's pretty cool. Hard mode. Diagonals are always a problem for me. I always miss a diagonal on like a 3 or something. And I'm like, oh, no, the mine must be there, because this only has 2 on it. And then, no, there's a hidden diagonal. I say hidden, it's right in front of me. Three, 4, Risk sounded like a baby. How does one play Sweet Miner? Okay. So there are a bunch of mines on the board, and each number represents how many squares around it, how many of the 8 squares immediately around it have a mine. So this 3 here tells me that 3 of these squares around it are a mine. I've already flagged them, but this 2 here, for example, says that 2 of these 8 squares around it have a mine. Now, I don't know which they are. I know these 3 are fine because I've revealed them and there isn't a mine underneath them. But I know that of the 5 that are still covered up, 2 of them must be a mine. And you've got to flag up your mines so that you don't click on them. We don't have to flag up, as Kiro just said. But I flagged them so that if I click on them, nothing happens. Can't accidentally screw myself over. And basically it's a logic puzzle to work out where the mines are. So some little things. So for example, here we have a 2 here. And the only ones I don't know about are these 3. But I know it's already next to this 1. So that means that of these 3, 1 of them must be a mine. But if I look at the 2 below it, I don't know any of the mines around this. So it has 2, so 2 of them must be in these 3. But because only 1 can be in these 3, and 2 have to be in these 3, that means that 1 of the 2 that's in these 3 has to be this one. Because if they were both here, then they would both correspond to this 2, which it can't, because that would mean that there are 3 next to this, and that doesn't make any sense. Similarly, that means that one's fine, for the opposite reason. Yeah, it's just a logic puzzle. So down here, here's a 3. I already know where 2 of these are. That means 1 of these 2 must be a mine. This 2 here, I already know 1 of these is fine. So 1 of these 2 must be a mine. So if 1 of these 2 is a mine and 1 of these 2 is a mine, and there's a 2 here, 1 of the mines is there, 1 of the mines is there. So that means this tile should be fine. It's little things like that. Just little logical deduction thingamies. As it happens, I might be screwed. This is not a great position to be in. Yeah, I think we're down to a coin flip now. Which is a bit annoying. This is exactly the sort of situation I want to try and avoid, right? Because if we go along the boundary, which is all we know, one of these two has to be a mine, because it is 4. It has 3 there already. Or 2 of these 5 have to be. But we already know one of those 2 is, so that means that one of these 3 is. But there's no other information as to which it could be. Because if we go down here, we just know that one of these 3 is, and then one of these 3 is, and one of these 3 is. It's just the same thing all the way down. There's no information that we can concatenate back up. We get down to this 2, which means that 2 of these 5 have to be, but we know nothing basically. There's 1 maybe here and 1 maybe here, but there might be a corner 1, there might not. Who knows? And this 2 is the only thing that tells us anything about this corner. We have this 50-50 coin flip, as I said before. We have these 2 could be because of that 3, which means that one of these 3 has to be a mine. But we don't know anything else about those. There's 50-50 here because of this 2. Or this 2, both work. 50-50 here, 50-50 here. And 2 of those 4. There's no certainty, as far as I can tell, in this setup at the moment. And this is what is annoying about this game. Is now I have to try and work out what is the move I can make which will least likely be a loss. This is a 1 in 3, which isn't bad. This is a 1 in 3. It's like Sudoku but worse. Kind of. Yeah, this is a 1 in 3. We could do this, probably gives me more information, maybe? That's a 1 in 2 of a 1 in 3. So, what will be most useful? This probably. If I click this, there's a 1 in 3 chance I'm going to lose, but there's a 2 in 3 chance I'll learn some information. We're fine. So this is 2, that means that's a 1 in 3. Great. Oh no, hang on. That means... because that's a 1 in 2, so that's definitely... that means now this is a 1 in 3. Oh, this game. There's so many... how many 1 in 3s do I have to take before I just lose? That's 1 in 2, that's 1 in 2. It's theoretic. I guess it's more plausible that... no, it's not really, is it? Screw it. Okay. Did that tell me anything? Probably not. No, it didn't really. Screw it. Hey! Okay, now we can actually do something, because we know one of those is, and we already have that, so that needs to be 1. So there we are. So now we can do stuff. And it's much more satisfying when you actually know that you can do stuff. And now I'm going to misclick and screw it all up. Yeah, eventually you just get used to seeing certain patterns, but it's just really annoying when you come across something like that. Ah, there we go. Classic 50-50. There is no way of knowing which of these 2 is a mine and which isn't. Why does it sometimes reveal a larger area? I added that in when you click. It's just the quality of life. When you click an area where there are no mines around it, rather than making you click all 8 spaces around, it just opens up all areas around it that don't have a mine. It basically just takes a shortcut so you don't have to click lots and lots of squares until you find numbers. Screw it is a great thing to say when dealing with mines. Exactly, it feels against the spirit of the game, you know? I want more tools to find these mines. Yeah, so if you click a space where there are no mines immediately around it at all, it will just keep revealing spaces until it finds numbers. Which is let's find the bit of the code. So click the tile, reveal tile. Here's reveal tile. Yes. So if the severity, if there are no mines around it, the severity is 0. Then it will go through all of its neighbours, and it will say, "Hey, reveal that tile as well." And then they'll come in here, and if their severity 0, i.e., there's not a number, they'll do the same for their neighbours, and it will keep spreading out like that. This is a recursive function. And I added this to make sure that it didn't blow up into infinity. Always be careful with recursion. So yeah, this is now a non-logically solvable game, which is not fun. And this is the first idea I had as to how to solve something like this, because this usually happens in corners and edges, right? So I thought, if you make the board loop around the sides, then you won't have any corners or edges. So that's just one way of solving that problem. So I thought, maybe we could try and implement that. Sorry, I'm not quite paying attention. I say sorry, yeah, this is definitely what people came to see. That's done. Yep, right. So now it's just 50-50 as to whether or not I win this. Oh, hang on, there's a few more that I've forgotten. Just while I'm here. That's done. Okay, now it's 50-50. Donut Minesweeper, exactly. Now with more donuts. That's hence the title. It's going to be my new project, Chaos Mines. Now I'm just doing it for the stream. So, left or right? Left or right? This is a win or lose. One of these is a mine, one of them isn't. There is literally no way of knowing. Unless I find their object in Unity and take their the top layer off just to peek underneath it. Left? Is that left is a mine or left isn't a mine? Oh, you know what we should have done? We should have done, we should have done, it's not called the Monty Hall problem. Is it Monty Hall? No, he's a gardener, isn't he? The problem with the doors, the 3 doors, you choose a door, a bad door's opened, and then you get a chance to swap. Click left. Ah, you lost me the game. Cook the door with the goat. Anyway, right, so let's try and do Donut World. First thing I'd want to do is I want to be able to scroll Donut World, right? It is the Monty Hall problem. Who am I thinking? Oh, Monty Don. Yeah, the garden is called Monty Don. Right, let's be able to scroll the world. So, how am I going to do this? Let's get that input. Update, here we are. Okay, so if input dot get key down? No, get key. Key code dot a move. Well, hang on, let's vector 2 int dir. Okay. If this dir dot y minus else, oh well, not else, I guess. Let's just do 4 of these. A D is going to be plus plus. W is going to be X plus plus. And S is going to be X minus minus. And then move map dir. Move map dir. Vector 2 int dir. If dir dot x is equal to 0 and dir dot y is equal to 0, then we're not moving anything. So return. Else. Are we gonna do this smoothly, or are we gonna do it discreetly? One thing you wish they'd add is removing all trees, not just some in 76. Redid all your wiring, built new floors and walls just to get inside and see the trees clipping through. Clipping. It's great. Oh, we don't need else because we just have return. Do it discreetly? I guess discreetly makes sense. Key code. Okay, let's get key down. We'll do it discreetly. I like the idea of it being smooth, but it'll look a bit jittery, so get key down. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Int offset x int offset y. And he's going to be 0 by default. Offset x plus equal to, funnily enough, dir.y. And offset y plus equal to dir.x. Actually, we don't want to do plus equal, really, do we? We want to do equal to offset plus, and then wait, hang on, did we want to do that? The x, offset x is, yeah, vertical, isn't it? So, that plus map height, modulo map height, because computers are weird when it comes to modulo. And then that is offset 1.x map width. This is right, isn't it? We'll find out, won't we? And position tiles. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have my position tiles. And I'm going to nick the code directly from this. Equals 0, I less than map height plus 4 int j is 0, j less j less than map width. J++. That's what we normally do, but we're going to do it with an offset. So, plus offset x plus offset y. Map I j transform. Okay. So you just moved all the furniture around to make a nice little office for your doctor friend. Cool. I hope they like indoor foliage. Right, so if I were to just do that, and then do that. Oh, I need to modulo it, yeah. But it's moving. So that's a plus. Yeah, so I need to do this plus map width modulo map. Oops. And that plus map height modulo map height. And let's make the minus sort itself out. This the minus is bugging me. I'm not sure about that, but we'll find out. Okay, well let's click this and see how it goes. Okay, this is it loops. Oh, the up and down's the wrong way around, but we could have things loop. Look at that, brilliant. Let's swap these around. Right, so now what we want to do is we want to make it so that the mines can be detected through walls. So now we're doing donuts, and that's why I decided to do the get neighbors function as its own thing. So what I'm going to do now, let's keep this just in case I end up breaking it. So we don't care about ifs. Actually, we could do this as a for, couldn't we? For int x. No, for int a. We need -1. A less than or equal to 1. A plus plus. For int b is -1. B less than or equal to 1. B plus plus. Neighbors dot add I plus b plus map height modulo the map height. Now the reason I add the map height before taking the modulus is because if we end up going into negatives, the modulo doesn't bring it round to the value that I want, which is what it would do in maths. Instead it does what it wants to do in programming. And now we do j plus... Oh, hang on, this should be a. Well, it doesn't matter, but j plus b plus map width. Modulo map width. Oh, hang on, this is a new vector 2 int with that stuff in it. And that's it. That's all we need. So now, hopefully, everything should loop. Something's probably going to break, but don't worry about that. No, okay, we're still here. So if I were to do that, even the reveal loops. Oh, that's very pleasing. I didn't even think about that. Okay, cool, nice. Right, well, let's bring you back into the middle so I can focus on you. That's nice. Let's do a smaller game so that we can get a good test out of this. Let's make this 20 by 15 or something. Huh. Get a bunch of stuff going. Yep. Now this isn't foolproof, there's still going to be problems, I'm sure. But... hopefully we can avoid the problem of corners. Wait, no, that's not one. It might be, but I'm not certain. One there, okay, we've already found ourselves in a bit of a pickle. I mean, quite the pickle. Oh, hang on, there's only one in these 5, but this needs 2, so that needs to be 1. Which means there's 1 there, which means all of these are fine. Cool. Ah, oh, satisfying. But now I need to be careful, because this says 2, but there's only 1 here. That's because on the other side there's another one. See, I'm already happy. I'm already happy with this. It hasn't solved all the problems, but I already like it. This is like the smoothest programming I've ever done. This is just bolted through in an hour and a half. I was really worried I wouldn't be able to program normal Minesweeper in enough time to do this stream. Oh, hang on. Oh, we got a bit of a glitch. We've got a glitch, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's looking at the wrong thing to loop with. Yeah, that's fine. That's solvable. No huge issue. Still getting used to the controls. Like, yeah, see, it's just looped up for some reason. Well, so far the detecting seems to be working fine. Oh, see, this is why compartmentalizing your programming works a treat. Because all I changed in this was just I added the neighbor function to loop around the board, and that's all I changed, and it's wonderful. I'm happy. Can you tell? I've just realised this means Chibi's too young to remember Minesweeper. And that's upsetting. I was quite slow on the uptake on that one. But, yeah, for anyone worried, don't worry, this is a one-off. We're not doing any more of this. I just wanted to do this, to be honest. Oh, we're done. See, we solved the game! It's complete. Look at it go. Wibbling and wobbling around. We have completed the game, and there were no corner cases because there are no corners anymore. This is a donut. We are donutting! Great, love it. Let me fix the scroll issue. Why? Yeah, this should be width. And this should be height. Ooh. Width. That's fine though. It's not like you don't remember Minesweeper, it's just that you never played it yourself. That's fair. You didn't really play it much either. I had a period where I was just sort of playing it whenever I had any downtime. I was like, let's do quick games of Minesweeper. And then I found out that I was losing a lot of time. Never had the brains for Minesweeper. You were a pinball kid. I never really got into pinball. Don't know why. Never had any appeal to me. Used to play it a lot. Some people play it, never understood how to play it until now. It's a very simple logic game. The rules are very simple, as it were. But the sort of techniques, in the same way Sudoku's rules are very simple. But it can be pretty, tricky to work out. Or in some cases impossible, which is what I'm trying to address here. Your mother used to play it and she was really good. You got curious and taught yourself. Cool. Ooh. Dark is building things. Cool. Took a while, but eventually got pretty good. Neat. But can you do donut Minesweeper? What else can we do? How would we be able to detect whether or not something is unsolvable? Maybe you just have like a limited charge thing and it says, hey, put these two things down, and if one of them is a mine and one of them isn't, flag the one that is a mine and reveal the other one. We could do that. We could add like a little power up so that we can get rid of 50-50 decisions. It's a bit of a, a band-aid, but we could do that. But again, I don't know how often that's going to come up anymore. It might do. Also, I can mess around with the density and things like that. So if we ramp this up to half of the squares are mines, what's that going to look like? It's going to be a lot of mines, I guess. Yeah, we're just going to get stuck in a corner really quickly, aren't we? Okay, yeah, so here's an example. We don't know what to do. One of these three isn't mine. One of these three isn't. You're always bad at maths in school, but learning logic puzzles like Minesweeper made you feel better. Recognizing patterns got easier. I mean, technically that is maths. It's just that's not taught to be maths. Logical deduction is maths. You know, deep in Picross Hell. That was another one I had to dig myself out of. Yeah, there's those ones where it's sort of like, because the rules are so simple, but logically consistent, you can make quite complicated puzzles with it. It's quite fun. And Sudoku. Sudoku's a good distraction. One of the other interesting things, I remember once I had somebody describe Sudoku as really hard arithmetic, which is like, I mean, you can play it with pictures of fruit, or, you know, emoji. There's no numbers in it. The numbers are irrelevant. It's just a picture. Like, it is mathematics, yes, because it's, you know, it's a Latin square, technically. Sudoku puzzle, it's a Latin square. It's just a very particular type of Latin square. And solving, you know, finding Latin squares and completing them from incomplete information is a mathematical problem. But logic puzzles, yeah. Something can be mathematical without being based on numbers. Yeah, let's do this sort of... I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt. I'm just going to add a tool that I'm going to use honestly. I'm not going to check to see whether or not I'm cheating with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to... How are we going to do this? Okay, when we click on a tile, I'll have a thing where I can hold shift when I click. Logical deductions is the basis of mathematics, but people are used to thinking of maths as just being algebra. I mean, a lot of people are used to thinking of maths as just being arithmetic. They didn't even get so far as thinking of it as algebra. You know, I remember teaching children in schools algebra, and they're like, "This isn't maths. Where are the numbers? What are you using letters for?" But yeah, maths is just logical thinking, logical argument. It's a branch of philosophy. People either forget or don't know that. Has the music stopped? The music has stopped. We have 10 minutes or so, so I'll just put the same music on. But yeah, maths is misunderstood because it's taught, you know, in sort of lower level schools, the curriculums that tend to be shoveled out aren't really, you know, they don't put mathematics in the best light. Does that mean you have to headbutt all mathematicians as well? The thing is that it's not, it is a philosophy, so technically mathematicians are philosophers. I mean, that's what the PH in PhD stands for. But the philosophy is actually useful, which is why no one calls it philosophy. It's got its own name. As soon as it gets its own name, it's no longer just philosophy. It's like vegetables, right? Like, in general, vegetables aren't great, in my opinion, my culinary opinion, but any food that is grown for consumption, that's what makes it a food, I guess, is a vegetable. That's what vegetable means. Vegetable is a plant grown to be eaten. So that means fruit. Fruit is a vegetable. Berries are vegetables. I guess sugar is a vegetable. Cereals, they're vegetables, but because they have more specific names, no one calls them vegetables. They're called fruit, or cereal, or whatever. And the reason they've been given different names is because they're better. It's the same with mathematicians. Mathematicians are technically philosophers, but because they're actually useful, they have their own name, and so people don't think of them as philosophers. Maths is like vegetables. It is, really. Maths is full of analogies, so I feel happy saying something like that. You know, like, I once, trying to explain what my PhD thesis was about, with the title of which is Modular Representations and Invariants of Elementary Abelian P Groups. The analogy I came up with to try and explain what it was, and what it was about, is the study of the manufacture and study of slot machines if you happen to have a portal gun. And that's the analogy that makes that work. I'm such a vegetable. True, in many ways. Because you can analogize modular representations of P groups. A P group is a slot machine, essentially, and if you have a portal gun, you can make modular representations of them. So that's great. I.e., you can loop space. Funnily enough, we've been doing that. This is. Hang on. Where's the move? Position tiles here. This little percentage sign. This is the modulo sign, and that's what we're using to loop space. And that's a lot what my thesis was about. It's about looping things. I mean, it's eventually useful if someone can find a use for it, possibly hundreds of years later. I mean, it has the potential to be useful. As soon as it becomes useful, it's not mathematics anymore. So it's a bit unfair to say that no, mathematics is useful, which is technically true, because as soon as it's useful, it becomes, physics or chemistry or biology or whatever. But the great thing about mathematics is you never know what it's going to be. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was implementing the clicky thing. So click tile. Input dot get key. Get button. No key. Yeah, get key. Left. Key code dot left shift. I can type. Don't worry about it. There we go. Okay, so now we have an additional input to when we're clicking a tile. Here we are. Or probability and statistics, yeah. I mean, statistics is technically maths. It's still abstract. Although I would argue with it being rigorous. Statistics and probability are the only areas of maths where you can do all your working perfectly and your answer may still have no actual bearing on the correct answer. Because that's what it's the study of. Okay, so if... Stop. That always happens. Bool. Holding shift is false in general. But if we are holding shift, then we do shifty things. Otherwise, more nested brackets. So if you're holding shift, we're going to well, if T is flagged, return. Otherwise, let's add a new thing. Rather than being flagged, public bool is analyzed. And then we're going to go public void set analyzed. Bool b is analyzed equals b, and top dot sprite. Top dot the top dot color is equal to new is equal to what? B new color. I don't know. Blue. 0.5f, 0.5f, 1. Or color.white. Now at the moment that doesn't do anything. T dot is analyzed. T dot. Oh, hang on. Set analyzed. T dot is analyzed. That. So at the moment, all this should do is I can make squares look blue. You get that with chaotic systems and equations too, because you can't predict how your answers will be if your data is just a bit off. Yeah, chaos theory. But but it also knows what it can't be. But it how can I explain? It knows that it can't predict that, and as a consequence, it doesn't give an answer. Statistics gives an answer. It's just that answer might not have any bearing on reality. So, hey, look, blue squares. These don't do anything yet. It's amazing. Right. So what I'm gonna do is yeah, I'm just going to update. I'm adding a cheat. Christy, this is how you can cheat. If you're not here, but if you're watching the VOD, I'm adding your cheat, but it's also my get out of jail free card. If input.get key down, keycode dot, I don't know, enter or return. Analyze tiles. So we want to keep a list of the ones that are analyzed. I can keep a list of the tiles. What am I doing? What am I doing? Good question. Okay, so when we do this, if t dot is analyzed, then we're going to analyze tiles dot add t. Else, analyze tiles dot remove t. That's nice. That's grand. Now, what? Now, yeah, and 0 is going to analyze tiles. Okay, so again, I'm not worrying about where things are in this bad practice. Analyze tiles for each, for each tile t in analyze tiles t dot reveal. Reveal tile t. Reveal tile t dot is analyzed. T dot set analyzed false. And analyze tiles, we'll just reset it. So technically you can just use this to solve the game without actually doing any logical deduction, but I'm going to use it because I'm not using any checks here to see whether or not this is good. I'm going to use it to solve unsolvable situations. So we'll go back to the high density thing here, and we'll get ourselves stuck in a predicament, and we'll try and solve it. So, one here with this 2 there. Okay, I think we're in a situation we can't... Oh, no, we can do that. Okay, so we know one of these 2 is true, but we don't know which. 2 of these... No, I don't know. One. Okay. I don't think there's a way out of this, so let's try the old analyze thing. One of these 2 is true. Oh, hang on. I need to do that without triggering the thing. That's... There we go. We have a problem. I tried to cheat and I failed. Right. If t dot has mine, t dot toggle flag, else reveal the tile. This is the cheaty bit. Okay, let's try and cheat again. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. La da 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 ba da da ba 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 da ba da ba da da ba da da. Skibby ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da skilly ba da ba da da dee. Da diddly da ba ba da ba da boo. Skibby ba 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 boo ba ba doo. Skiddiddly da boop 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 boo. How dare you cheat? I know. I'm gonna do it again. You watch me. Okay. We might be in the situation again where we can't do anything. Okay, so let's say these two. I want to know which of these two is it's going to be. Click, click. There we go. And the great thing about this is I could just theoretically do it with any of them. Cheating! It's amazing! Yeah, it would be nice to set up a system where you could check to see whether or not there is no way of knowing whether the selected ones can be determined. But I guess that's sort of... It's too much work for 5 minutes, so...
Judging you harshly.
That's appropriate. You're doing that on Mrs. behalf. I approve. So I don't know which of these 7 is gonna be a mine. Oh, it's those ones. Great. Oh, programming your own game's great. You can just cheat to the 9s. Is that an expression? Sure, why not? One of these 3 is. It's that one. There we go. Problem solved. This is for Christy. Scared Miss away with your listed light of mine at the beginning, yeah. Now Mrs. Internet's been playing up, so. Tell you what. Let's go whole hog. If input dot get key down key code dots no, we done W. Trying to think of an appropriate C for complete game. For each tile list L or R in map, for each tile T in R, T dot analyze. Set analyzed. Hang on. If we toggle analyze tile T. Toggle analyze tile T. Like that. Fantastic. Toggle analyze tile T. Here we are. Omni cheat. Like, okay, this looks like it's gonna be a hard one because there's lots of mines everywhere, and I don't know how to solve one with so many mines. So if I just press that button and then press that, well, oh, hang on, it didn't win. Why didn't you win? Ooh, interesting. Oh, it toggled. Oh, I see. Ooh.
That wasn't necessary of you.
What?
But you have my thanks.
This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, there was a lyrical quality to that. Well, there you go. Hang on, I just want to fix this. Nice tile. Should have done this from the beginning, really. Ooh, B. Good job, Robert. Worth it. Oh dear. One day I will find a way to hook Robert up to my system. And let's turn the set flag. Okay, now I should be able to cheat with impunity. And without even trying, I can solve this whole thing with 2 button presses. Boom! Oh, everything got deleted. Oh, it's because I haven't set up the game yet. Oh, I have to press a tile in order for the game to set up, and then boom! Done. To be fair, that is an efficient Minesweeper. If I can go into a place and go boom, look, no mines. Completely swept it, no problem. And boom. I'm gonna go not 1. I'm gonna do this one manually. I reckon I can solve this. I wonder where they could be. Difference between a paid professional and a volunteer Minesweeper. Difference between Robert and Hazel. Well, there you go. I think this was... The first hour was just programming, but I think the second hour we did stupid stuff, so I'm happy. There we go. This is the easiest Minesweeper there is. Look at him go. Oh, it's like a screensaver. Anyway, I need to end the stream. Such a silly vegetable. Always. Always silly. Right. I'm glad I did that. That was very silly. I solved all my problems and I added cheats. What more could you possibly want? Do you know what's annoying about that? Is that went so smoothly. In 2 hours, we managed to do all that. That is making me wonder why it's taking me so long to do Chaos Chess. Because it is coming along. Most of the programming's done now, to be honest. It's pretty much just UI and music to be done. And trying to work out why on a Mac you can't start a game. You can't host a game, rather. You can join a game. You can join someone else's game, but you can't set one up yourself, which is a bit weird. Is Chaos Chess is more? It is, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll work it out. So yeah, on Saturday it will be May. I think it'll be the 1st of May, will it? It will be the 1st of May. Because Mac, yeah. It's just network stuff. I don't understand it. I'm using an extension because I don't understand it. And even that doesn't understand, apparently. So yeah, it will be May. It's gonna be May, in the words of NSYNC. So yeah, we're gonna be doing something different. I have a bunch of games that I wrote down that I wanted to do this year, a bunch of non-violent games. And I had little adjectives to describe what they were like so that I could remember what the game was, because the title alone apparently isn't enough. And we're going to be going through the list of all the games that I wrote down as atmospheric and or weird. Because I got quite a few of those, and I thought I'd do something a little bit different, a little bit weird and weirderful. Are they all as non-violent as Invisible Ink? Possibly. Don't know. A lot of them seem to be walking around in foggy, brutalist landscapes, and I don't know why. But apparently that is a thing. It's gonna be me. Oh, he looks so young. Non-violent games like this game with bombs. We are clearing bombs. We are reducing the violence in the world with cheats. It's great. Yeah, so we're gonna do a bunch of weird games. I have no idea. Some of them might not even be games. They might just be weird, experimental, interactive things. I don't know. I have a bunch of them because they were in bundles. It's gonna be a little bit different. I have no idea if it's gonna be entertaining, but I've got a few of them. So yeah, thanks for coming along. Thank you for indulging me in my deconstruction, reconstruction, and cheating at Minesweeper. Fun times ahead. Not sure about that, but certainly times. I was going to call it atmospheric. Kind of works. Or experimental. I don't know. You really have plans for Sunday? No. We have a lot of plans floating around, don't we? We have Remnant Rewrite, we have Draw Pile, Doodle Times, TTS games. There's loads of things we could do. I should probably put up a list of all the things that are open to be done so that we can organise things ahead. But if you have plans... If you have plans, I do not have plans. More importantly though, do you have plans for tomorrow? Because it's Chibi Nether's Day. Misted voice acting for XCOM 2? Was it the sound of being shot? You were just wondering. Well, let's try and work stuff out. You do have plans for tomorrow. Ooh, exciting. Exciting. But yeah, maybe we'll do something. Sunday we might do collaborative stuff. Mostly more fancy boys. Oh yeah, I need to draw that for you, didn't I? Oh, it's a busy week. Busy week with no energy. Wonderful combination. They've got to send a book off, and I'll be a little late to the Friday Patreon thing. No, but the axes add different inflections, and the one you have is just right for this right now. Wonderful. Well, if we ever do XCOM 2, I'll be sure to set that up on a character who will definitely not be shot and injured. Doing a lot of stuff. It's, yeah. Did I mention I'm going to finish an album by the 1st of June? I think I said it on, yeah. Said it on Patreon. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I said it, and I want a deadline. Because if I don't have a deadline, I'm never going to get it bloody done. Do you just pay Robert to tell you to shut up again? No, you don't. Thanks for coming along. Have a great time. I'm going to shut up now. Enjoy yourselves. Goodbye. I'll see you soon. Chibi tomorrow. I'm back on Saturday. Bye.